All right. So, hi everyone. My name is Kyle, and I'm a therapist community manager for Safe Space. So, just a bit of information about Safe Space. So, we are a B2B and B2C digital mental health care platform. So, we provide fast and convenient access to counseling where our clients can book a session within the same week. And we have over 300 therapists across 18 countries, speaking over 24 languages with varied specializations to cater to different needs. All right. So Safe Space is also passionate about educating the public on mental health topics and sharing tips on how you can enhance your lives. So today's topic is on how to start engaging conversations. You will also be able to learn about how you can start conversations with a compliment, how by complimenting someone can actually enhance your relationships, appropriate and inappropriate compliments, and the secrets to continuing the conversations. So a bit of introduction of our lovely speaker for tonight, Aayushi Patni. So Aayushi is a counseling psychologist based in India. She strives to create a safe environment where clients can connect with their higher selves and have the confidence to face obstacles in their daily lives. So she also obtained her master's degree in counseling psychology from Christ University. So sit back, relax, and have your coffee, snacks, as well as your pen and paper if you want to take down some notes. And I will pass it over to Ayushi to continue your debate.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for very patiently waiting for us to start the session. This session is I am a counseling psychologist from India, just like Rail has, introduced me, and I am here to talk about how we can, start in an engaging conversation by giving a simple thing like compliments, how compliments can change the entire route of our conversations and how it can just take place as to by doing simple things like tweaking some things in our daily conversations. And there's something technical error right now happening, so if you can give me a minute to resolve it so that I can start sharing the screen again, please bear with me for a few minutes. Thank you. Yeah. Awesome. So, like we have discussed, I'm so sorry for the technical error. Some things went haywire, but I think we are ready to start. And I am Aayushi Patni, and I have done my master's in counseling psychology. I do take sessions using an eclectic approach, and today we are going to talk about a lot about compliments and how it's a great way to start a conversation and how they can enhance our relationships. There are also a lot of different types of compliments that we are going to go through. And you have any questions, you will very keep I would be happy to answer to them. And we can end the session with knowing, what are the bad compliments and how we can continue the conversation after the thank yous and giving the compliments. Now, coming to the, first thing, there's a video that I would want to, show you for the good 15-20 minutes. And after the video, I would want you guys to, just say it in the chat as to what you, I'm sorry, the sharing stopped. Yes, this video, and after the video, for after watching it for 20 minutes, I would be happy if you guys could give me something of what you see in common in the videos in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and speak. Now, if you can play the video, please.
No. Oh,
You're
you
really very attractive. You know that?
You make me
You
laugh.
look beautiful.
Oh, lovely.
You do. You look very attractive women. I don't know if you were ever told that by anyone.
Sort of.
I'm mellow.
You're kind of gorgeous, actually. Yeah. You really don't. You look like a beautiful, free-spirited hippie chick, but from the future, who's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I've said too much.
Sweet.
Here's what I'm thinking. She's pretty.
Do you all get together and solve mysteries?
We solved the mystery of Secret Santa. On
Secret
Christmas.
Santa?
Yeah, there's a
Or
tradition at my house.
I don't know why I did that. I'm really sorry.
Relationship, it's all
We had gotten away from all that, and then I brought it back. I know I disappointed you. I can see it in your eyes.
No.
But look at
You couldn't
Secret
possibly.
Santa. Do you do Secret Santa?
Yes, it's a tradition at my place. Every oh,
You're really.
Right. So now I would like to know from every one of you present here if I can get to know as to what were the things that were common in the video. What did you observe in the video? You can either unmute yourselves or you can write it in the chat box. Any form of communication is welcomed. Anything that we've seen in the video that makes sense to you or something that was common. Compliments, yes, compliments. Daniel Ferguson is pretty good with that. He gives the best compliments to the people or his guests in the show. Anybody else? Anything you would want to try? There's no wrong or right answers. Like, we can continue the conversation with anything that you guys have to give. All right, moving forward. What are compliments? Compliment is a thoughtful remark that can make someone's day like good in a matter of seconds. And the best part of the compliment, it activates the part of our brain which gets activated when you receive money. Like, if anyone comes up and tells you, take this $50 bill, keep it, you deserve it, the happiness that we feel of receiving money for something that we've done amazing, that is what compliment does to our brain. It reflects the same thing, and it really has great potential to enhance our relationship. And I'll tell you why. Because compliments acts as a great gift, and by great gift I mean it has the capacity to really enhance your day, like make you smile even at the end of the day before going to bed. And it really helps feeling gratitude towards the person who has noticed you and complimented you. For example, the other day I was wearing a nice outfit to my work, and the my colleague came up to me and said, you look really pretty today. And after that, I've noticed every time I wear that dress, I feel very confident. I feel like, no, today I'm going to rock. It's going to be my day. So that's what happens when you receive a good compliment from someone, and it genuinely feels like a great gift. And the next is compliment makes you grateful. Like, someone who gives compliment is also happy. It's like giving a $20 bill to someone without money actually being deducted from your account. Like, you also feel good about giving the compliment to someone, है ना? Because at the end of the day, what happens is, okay, someone has given me a compliment, that's good, but I who is giving the compliment also feels grateful, like you've done something good for someone today. And it strengthens your interpersonal relationship. How? By it gives power, it gives a social capital for two people to talk about in future, because it tells me that this person notices me. So what's wrong in carrying the conversation? What's wrong in making him a friend who can be there in your workplace, right? So it really enhances our interpersonal relationship. And the best for the last, guys, it gives you a ripple effect of positivity. For example, like I said, I feel confident every time I wear the dress, right? So I remember that person who gave me the compliment ki, yeah, if she sees me again, she will know that why I'm wearing the dress and why I'm so happy. So it's a ripple effect of positivity. You feel great. And same thing happens to the person who gives also. He or she also feels nice that I told her she looks good in the dress, and today she's wearing it again, and that's so great, right? And you, come on, we have to admit we really like that validation that we get from other people. I mean, I love it, and I know people, we love it too. Like everyone in the audience, I am 100% sure that it works for you too. So coming on to the next thing is, what compliment does to our daily life, and what it is, how it really helps us out. So there are different ways that we can compliment, and the first thing that starts a compliment, Krill, if you can go to the next slide. Right, compliment means noticing. The base of every compliment is notice, how we notice someone, how they talk, and at the end we all seek approval from other in one or the other way. I mean, we have to admit it, we do it, and it's not good or bad, we just do it because we are humans, we are tend to do some things like that. And the base of everything is noticing. If the other person is doing something, we notice them, and that's when we compliment. It can be anything, it can be a stranger petting a dog, or helping a needy person, or it can be someone who is dressed very nicely, it can be someone who has a really amazing car or a really cozy home. But how do we compliment? We compliment when we see it. So it's what we notice about the things that the other person has to offer. And coming on to the next slide is, how we can compliment them. Now we have noticed them, the next step is to think of a compliment. And when it comes to think, we also think about so many different things, like the positivity that is going to come along with the compliment. Like it's like providing a present to someone, that you've done something and you deserve it. So and we think a lot before we give someone a gift. The gift has to be meaningful, it has to be true to ourselves and to them, it has to be something that can be useful for the both, for the person who is receiving the gift. So that's how we also give compliments. The first thing is to connect to the values. Now, connecting to the values means you have to link your compliment to something that you genuinely feel, something that matches with your morale, something that is a habit that you appreciate. Now, I'm going to give a pause here, and I'm going to ask you guys if there is something that comes into your mind when I say complimenting on the things that has a connection with you, has a moral background to it. Like, do you guys agree to it? Like, do you know ki ha, I'm going to compliment someone who is similar to me?
I feel like whenever I compliment someone, I find some kind of values or the some kind of thing that I look into in myself.
Right.
That what I would like to be complimented by the other. I want to just enrich that quality within myself.
And
that
that's
I
amazing.
compliment.
That's exactly what we do when we compliment, right? It's like gift. We don't give someone a pen. I mean, a pen is a very useful thing. Sorry about that. But we don't give something that they might not use, or if we get, will we use it? We give it a thought before giving someone a gift. Now, coming to my second point, being authentic and specific. We don't have to give a compliment that's paragraph long. We don't like that. We give people a compliment that is short, sweet, and carries a lot of value. Like, we have to be specific. If we like their haircut, we just say, hey, that's beautiful haircut. And that, yes, ma'am, do you have to say something, Soumya?
Yes, ma'am. You asked about the compliments.
Right.
So yes, I am very fond of giving compliments to people, because one thing I just want to add on, like whenever we are, like for example, if when someone is dressed nicely or wearing good slippers or something like that, okay. So sometimes people ask for approval. Forget about complimenting. If a person is asking, now see how I am looking. Sometimes people, give extra genuine that, oh, it's not that good. we are nobody to make someone feel that someone has invested money. It's their choice. We should not, at least
Right.
not giving good comments, but at least not give them extra genuine comments, because it is a matter of choice, right?
Right.
And
Right.
yes, compliments really matters a lot, because when I also receive compliments. Someone 4 years back gave me a compliment. I was sitting in a restaurant. I still remember the name. It was a different city. I still remember the face of that lady, her expression, her tone. And I also noticed that whenever I am in mall or somewhere, I find a nice person. Even I don't know them, I compliment, okay, you're looking so, this sari is looking so beautiful on you. And you just look at their smile. They're not doing, seriously, they're not going to forget you. Even if they see
Right.
you somewhere else, they are definitely going to recognize you. And it gives you a very good feeling. So the person who is complimenting and the person who is getting the compliment, it's a feeling that lingers. If it's a really genuine
Yeah.
compliment.
And that brings me to my last point, complimenting strangers. Like you said, it makes you feel amazing, and it makes the person who is receiving the compliments, they feel amazing. And the best part is that you feel comfortable, and that's why you go and say to them. Like, compliments not in a very creepy way, but in a way that genuinely feels authentic, genuinely feels
Yes.
specific to them. And and if it is done right, using the correct adjectives, like you said, your sari is looking really pretty, the word really gives that a weight, right? Words like admire, bright, gorgeous, stunning, these words carry their own weight, and done right, it can really make anybody's day. Which now brings me to the next slide. And before that, like, is anyone ready to share some of their experiences around compliments? How you felt giving it to them, giving it to other people, or how you felt when someone else gave it to you? I mean, I would love to hear your experiences. You can write it in the chat box, or you can just unmute and say anything is welcome.
Ma'am, could you just pardon your statements? I was just a little bit busy.
No, no issues. Can you let me know what would you like me to repeat, or where did you stop listening?
I just listened that one part. You can write in the chat box and all.
All right. I was asking if you want to share a story wherein you gave a compliment and felt better, or wherein you received a compliment and you felt really amazing, like you rock the world today.
I usually get. I think I'm the most one who is speaking with you now.
That's amazing. I appreciate that.
I really get many compliments whenever I dance. I used to dance means in the family gathering. I used to
Mhm.
dance in an on demand, on
So that's
demand
what
kind of.
compliment does, right? It gives you
Yeah,
the
yeah,
confidence.
yeah. That's give me the. I feel so energetic and so powerful. I what would I say? I would only Patani. I don't know. I don't have words for that. But yes,
Absolutely, I can get
people
it.
used to compliment for my eyes too.
That's
And
pretty.
yeah, for then then I learned that whenever we feel something that is to be appreciated, means if we feel that it's nice or it should be done there and then only.
Right,
Otherwise, it will be lost. The
right.
moment will go.
Absolutely. The time is also very important when
Huh.
you give the compliment.
Yeah.
Someone, Pratik, is there something that you would like to add?
Ma'am, I would
Hmm.
like to add something.
Yes, please.
Soumya ma'am, you are looking pretty.
Thank you.
Soumya ma'am is looking just so
Always.
stylo now.
Thank you so much. You made my.
I didn't
I'm
stop
gonna talk
myself to
today.
say that.
Okay, good. Ayushi ma'am, I just wanted to, tell you one thing, that I
Right.
read a book. Its name was Skill with People, okay,
Mm-hmm.
by Les Giblin. In that book, it was written, everyone is having a board, hanging from their neck, which says, make me feel important. Okay. So
Right.
अगर कोई कहता है कि मुझे कॉम्प्लीमेंट अच्छे नहीं लगते और मुझे अपनी तारीफ सुनना पसंद नहीं है, so that's an absolute, that is not true. Everyone
Yeah.
likes this. Another thing, generally people, what I feel, that they do not have the self-esteem, or you can say the self-image to compliment someone. You know,
Right.
एक stranger को जाके compliment देना कि you are looking very beautiful, it's a matter of self, you know, your inner gut, inner
Soumya
skills.
ma'am, can I
No one.
interrupt? We
Yes,
can
yes,
only
please.
give compliment when we have that quality in ourselves. We can't
Yes,
give anything without having that thing within ourselves. Right, ma'am? So you
yes.
Right.
are the best one, ma'am.
Now you want to say that you are the best because you feel
No,
the
no,
same
I
about.
don't want to. I don't want to
Girls,
listen that.
ladies,
I'm
I
just
think
saying what I feel.
we need to move forward with the
Sure, Ayushi
discussion.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Sure, ma'am.
I am sorry for cutting you out in between, but
No, no, it's okay. It's
time
absolutely
constraint.
fine.
Yes. If we can go on to the next slide now. So this tells you're not really audible.
Hi, can I add something?
Yes, please do.
Hi, it's very nice, Ayushi. I'm really liking what you're telling. I'm sorry I joined in a little.
No issues
Yeah,
there.
that you know, the presentation.
Okay. Now moving ahead, there are a lot of compliments that we give around without knowing as to what they would
Am I
do to.
am I audible?
I'm sorry, we can't hear you. You can type it out in the chat box if there's a network concern. Okay, so moving ahead, we give a lot of compliments without really knowing as to what is the meaning behind it. So, to simplify it the maximum, there are three major categories. One is a $20 bill, the second is a $50 bill, and the third is a $100 bill, the big gift of $100 bills. How would you feel if I give you a $20 saying that you deserve it? Take it. That is what happens when I compliment you on your physical feature, a platonic physical feature, something that is there in your appearance, your attire. I love what you're wearing today. I like your haircut. That that says that this person has seen me when I walked into the room or when I was doing something. The second type there is the energy that that we feel when someone's presence is there in the room, and it's a very nice compliment to give to someone. Like, you see the best in people, and that's rare. And I really appreciate how you deal with people, how the room lightens when you enter the room. We hear so many times people say ki, once you come, we feel there's a joy, you are a very bubbly person. That is the compliment that gives us a $50 feeling, like I've got something today and it's great. And then comes the big gift. Then comes the most expensive gift, which is of $100. And this is something that you notice in the past and you say them now. Like, you met them before 3 4 times, you have noticed something about them, a habit or a characteristic, and now you're meeting them again for the 10th time, and then now you are saying them, I remember you helped me with my submission long back, and it was really kind of you to do so. Or I saw that you helped that man over there last week, and that was really good. I really like the sort of person you are. And this gives them the courage to do something like that more. And the best part about all the three type of compliments is it shows that you are noticing someone. And then what happens when you see people noticing you? You tend to do your best parts more, right? If you like the haircut, you tell them, and then they feel great about their haircut. It makes their day for days. Jab tak haircut is fit and fine, tab tak you enjoy that haircut, right? So this is what happens. These are the three different type of compliments that we can give, and it really creates the same effect in our brain also. And then coming to the next is more of, if we can go to the next slide again, there comes three different more different types of compliment, which is not really related to the dollar bills that we talked about before. And it also is very formal and informal both, like, compliments on their ability, some skill that they have, something that, they've learned and you also want to learn them. So the best way to start this conversation is with a praise. Like, if you don't mind me saying, you're an excellent public speaker. Now, what does this tell? Like, if someone compliments me, that I would tell them everything where I've learned it from, the YouTube videos, the articles that I've read, the courses that I've read, the people that have helped me, like everything that I know, I'm going to ready to share it with them because they are showing that interest. This is how you engage in a conversation, to start a conversation. The second is possessions. And come on, raise your hands and tell me that you take pride in what you own. It can be a phone, it can be a car, it can be your house, it can be a computer. Just raise and tell me how many of us here are proud of what we own. I mean, I am proud of the computer I have. I'm proud of, the house that I live in, the place where I live in, the place where I work. I am proud of that. So if I can get hands up, if you're proud of things that we own. Yeah, right, we take pride. And sometimes, it is intelligent to tell it to someone, like, you own a cozy home, like, for example, that's given. That's a very formal way of saying something to someone. And then there's a very informal way, like, hey dude, the sound system is amazing, where did you get it from? And it gives a push to the conversation that we're about to take place in the future. Then we ask a few questions as to where did you get it from, who designed your house, and I'll be like, and the person will be like, hey, yeah, I was the back seat, my wife did everything, or my husband did everything, I was just, I took care of the little things. And where did you get the computer from? I got it from Lenovo or any other brand that he got it from. And that's how you start a conversation, that's how you engage in a conversation. The most important part here is complimenting your coworker. It is really important, guys. It is really important that we compliment someone who works with us and are really good at their job. It gives them a motivation to do it more. And and the best part is, you can compliment it to anyone. You can compliment it to your senior, your junior, the someone who works at the same level as you, the people who help you run the place, the helpers around you. And it tells them that you are doing something that adds to the final product, and it motivates them to go take an extra step further and just do their thing. Now, coming on to the next slide, compliment your partner. We are, all of us here, we are in a relationship, or we might be in a relationship wherein we love our partners, but there are so many times we forget to tell them how much we appreciate the things around us. And to keep things going, that appreciation is very, very important. Like, take a moment and think, when was the last time you complimented your partner? When was the last time they complimented you, and how did you feel? And if anyone wants to share something which is, with the same experience, I would be happy to hear what they have to say, like anything. Anything that you want to share, any compliment that your partner gave you, or you gave your partner a compliment.
I used to give. I
All right,
always
that's
say,
good.
I always say you are very patient.
That's lovely.
I also give my husband a compliment that he actually is, because I always tell him you're the best person in the world, because he is the best person for me in the world.
Right, and appreciating means so much to them. I mean, I can't start talking about how you feel. I mean, it's like the whole point of being in their life is that, to be the great person in the world, right? So there are also 3-4 ways in which we can compliment. And the first and the basic thing that I think we should do literally every day is to, point out what they're wearing, and, effort that they are looking like the makeup looks great, or I like the way the shirt fits on you. It tells them that you still appreciate and you are still checking out the partner as to how pretty they're looking and how good their physical platonic features are. And, it lightens up the relationship, as I would say.
Ma'am, I also noticed that the minutest the detail is, the more happier they feel. Like if a husband is complimenting about the nail paint, if he is able to notice the nail paint, then the wife would be very happy. So the minute of the detail give you more happiness.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so, come on, it makes you feel good, right? Whenever he's like, hey, your nail paint is looking nice. So that really brings out the happiness, I mean, I would love it if my partner would compliment me, you look really great today, or Ayushi, your shirt or your outfit is amazing. Like, it would still mean that he's trying to flirt with me a little bit, but then there's also subtleness because now he's mine. So, that
Ma'am,
would
but all these things are the learned skills. We earlier did not know it, but since we read a lot of books every day, so over the period of time, we have learned that, that these things are very, very important.
Exactly. And that's why I think I chose to talk about this topic, because it's very important and sometimes we just lack the basic things.
Aayushi ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, isn't this the way that our positive energy and their positive energy means go across?
It can cross. You compliment, they can compliment, and it's happy win-win situation for the both of you.
Yeah.
Ma'am, just a little incident I want to share, please. It's very important and relevant. Just please listen to me for a minute.
Okay.
In my previous school, my principal called me to scold me about something. Okay, and she has a really good sense of dressing. So the moment I entered in, I know she's about to blast. The moment I entered into her room, I said, ma'am, she was like, Soumya. And I said, ma'am, just wait a minute, ma'am. Your sari is looking very beautiful on you. It's suiting you like anything. And she forgot everything what she called me for.
It saves
what?
us.
And she started explaining, I bought it from here. Oh, you really liked it, and then blah blah, and the mahal become like. So
Yeah,
this
it saves us.
Yes.
Like I said, complimenting our seniors can save us, right? So moving on to the next part is complimenting something that they did well. It can be anything, it can be how they handled the situation, how they handled the time, how you, Neha ma'am, if you can please mute yourself. Thank you. And how, little things that they've done, even sending flowers. How you were really upset the other day and he got you flowers, and something that they did that made you literally scream that this person loves me, or that he's there to appreciate me, or she is there to appreciate me. We need to acknowledge such parts, and we should do it as regularly as possible, because there are so little time and there's so much to do so. Then coming on to the final part is compliment their character, how grateful you are to have them in your life, how you can always count on them, and saying these little things after like good breaks, like not daily, because excess of everything is bad. Guys, do not do the next like last two compliments on a regular basis. Like it won't have the same weight. But then on a regular basis, like once in a month or once twice in a month, like you should compliment on their character and how their commitment means so much to you. Now if you can go to the next slide. Compliments for men and women. This is the favorite thing I would want to talk to you about today. Like, and this is something that is very relevant in today's time, because it comes from our darling Instagram, social media, Facebook, whatever we are doing. How we make post pictures for just a few likes and a few comments, it lightens up our day, right? We post a picture and people say you look nice, and there are heart signs and there are flower signs all over the picture, and how great we feel checking up our phone notification every few minutes. I am guilty of doing that, and I post so many pretty pictures of myself just to get that compliment thing, and it is like $100 bill in my hand. I feel so great that I'm ready to post bad pictures also. And then I have to calm myself down. No, Aayushi, I think I might not do this. I think I might get less compliments this time. So it's really important that if we observe something that gives the feeling of merit, we should go and compliment. It can be posting, complimenting them on the comments. It can be, some stranger that we meet and he's petting a cow, or, helping someone out, or even, taking out the litter and throwing it in the dustbin. If we compliment them, it makes a huge difference. And I know everyone here knows how we feel when someone compliments us for the little things that we do. Because like I said, our morals match with someone, and that makes us happy. So I think we should be giving them $100 bill, and the best part is that nothing will go from our bank. Our money will stay intact. Another person will feel very happy. How great is that? That's just amazing, right? Neha ma'am, again, if you can mute yourself, there is a lot of noise. Thank you. Now coming to the next slide, if you can go to what we have. Now, compliments can do bad things also. Not all compliments can be good. Compliments can either hit the mark, or we can get out. Like we can fail miserably. And right now we are going to discuss exactly the same thing. If you can see the picture, that's there. Nice haircut, it makes your face look slimmer. Would you like it if someone gives you such compliment? Anyone? All right, I think we can go ahead. Also, if anyone has any questions, they want to share something from what we've learned so far, what we've talked about so far, you can always use the chat box. It's always available. I can access the chat box very easily. You don't have to really open your mic and just speak, unmute yourself. The chat box works just fine for us. Okay, then moving forward. So now there are 6 different types of compliments that just do not work. Okay, the first is too frequent compliments. If I regularly come up to you and say what a lovely outfit you're wearing, what great hair you've done today, how pretty you look, would it have the same effect? No. It will lose its charm with time. So we need to keep the charm. We need to be, charming in a way. Be slightly out there, like tell them, hey, you look lovely today, and then go back, stay silent for a few days, and then come back again. That is going to weigh. Our compliments will hold a place then. Extreme compliments, like sometimes, just to be good in someone's eyes, and if they're wearing like a simple jeans and a t-shirt, and we say, oh, you look so amazing today. That's weird, right? How can a jeans and a t-shirt be like, you look amazing today? There has to be like something that makes you feel like that, right? So the other person might not always feel like that. Like the extreme compliments, like even if there's nothing that this person has done, and you still are going forward and giving them the compliment, that's the extreme compliment, right? And then the over familiar compliment. This is a compliment that, is going to backfire way too much. Like if you've met the person only once and you're telling them, hey man, you're just amazing at what you do, and you don't know that person very well, so it doesn't really match. So you have to also match with the person, with the level, so that you can so that your compliment means something to them. You can't be over familiar with people you don't know. And it happens so much. We compliment our friends in a group of people where they don't know each other very well. Like if I go out and tell my friend, like, you've lost a lot of weight, it will feel very bad if you say that in front of so many people. The compliment is not going to be like a compliment anymore. It would be like, thanks, but no thanks. And we don't want to do that, right? The next is the backhanded compliment. It's the compliment, you are wearing such a beautiful outfit, but I love what you were wearing yesterday. I mean, if you liked my yesterday's outfit, you could have told me that yesterday. What's the point of telling it to me today and making me feel conscious that I'm not looking as good as yesterday? Right? So that is also something that doesn't really work. And, it has to be a little more precise and specific to today. And then comes the group compliment. Like I said, never compliment someone in a specific way or in a coded language. In a group, it will not look good, and the person receiving it will feel weird, like will feel really weird about it. And now, guys, I have a little exercise for you. Krill, if you can go to the next slide, and I want everyone's participation. Everyone needs to participate, and we'll try and see what is not working in the following compliments, as we can call it. So who's gonna just unravel the first one? You're so cool, you're like a dude in a girl's body. Is there anything wrong with this? And I want participation. Like, guys, you have to like either write it in the chat box or unmute and speak. I can really start calling names.
Please explain again what we have to do.
There are like 4 compliments per se or statements given, and you have to tell me what is not working here. What is bad about this line?
Ma'am, they are very sarcastic, and the person who is receiving it will not feel nice and, may turn hostile towards you.
Exactly. You are so cool. You are like a dude in a girl's body. A girl can be cool, and I don't want you to tell me that I'm too cool for a girl. So that's a bad compliment. The next one, if I was drunk, I would be all over you. What is bad about this? Ranju Jain, I see that you are agreeing with me. Can you tell me what's bad about the second statement? If I was drunk, I'd be all over you. What's not working here?
Hello.
Hello, yes.
Aayushi, I meant to say whatever I joined at around 15-20 minutes back,
Right.
and I heard whatever you were telling. And
Right.
in regards to that, I told that I agree with whatever you say totally.
Got it.
I joined late.
Lovely. No issues at all. I don't think you missed a lot here.
But I'm loving whatever you are saying, and I agree with whatever you are saying in the
Thank you
positive
so
way
much.
as well as the compliment in the negative ways also.
Thank you so much. Now, if you can go to the third one, like someone has said that the language is not really good. Yes, the language is not good in the second compliment, and it's not really a compliment. Like, would you not be all over me if you were not drunk? Like, am I not good enough for the sober you? It says so much about that, and these are some of the compliments that will never work. So we need to avoid such compliments. The compliments we talked about prior, the back end, the overly familiar, the extreme compliments, we can't, these will really hit, it will not hit the mark, it will fail miserably. Now, if we can go to the next slide, there's a secret. The secret is going to unravel the secret to continue the conversation after the compliments and thank yous. And there's only one secret, guys, only one, is that we need to ask more questions, and it has nothing to do with how your personality is, and you have to become more outgoing to carry out a conversation. It's simple. It's just asking more questions, and it really depends as to what you're talking about. Like, for example, giving asking, it's after the compliment has been done and you like stand awkwardly for like 2 to 3 seconds, just come up with something which is very, very neutral in both of yours world, which is something like the weather, or something like commute, traffic. Like, it's been warm lately, have you been outside? And see how the conversation goes on. And one more trick is to ask open-ended questions. Now, if you ask me what open-ended questions are, Aayushi, open-ended questions are something which gives the other person to think, which gives them a place to think. Like, have you been outside lately? Yeah, I've been outside, I do stuff and so on and so forth. It won't just end with one word, it's going to continue. Like, my commute was so short today, I didn't get a finish to charge my I didn't get a chance to finish my podcast. What do you like listening to when you're in a car or train? What do you read? Do you listen to novels? Do you listen to songs? Do you listen to podcasts? What is it that you do? And the other person will start speaking, and that's how the conversation is going to go on. And the two of you will meet on so many common grounds that no one will stop talking. Like, the conversation will really. Ranjuji, can you please unmute yourself? Thank you. Now, the second very common, or you say very neutral topic, is entertainment, social media, books, movies that has recently come out. Hey, did you watch Friends, like, which is your favorite episode? Or did you watch the recent show that's going on? Or India, maybe it's very common on Upama. Like, did you see the latest episode? Like, let's gossip about it. And that's how conversation goes ahead. Like, talking about the neutral points of the day, of your surrounding, that really carries the conversation forward. And we really enjoy talking about these things, right? We just need someone to meet on the same level as we are. Now, going on to the next slide, we have some more examples that talk about the same things, and it is again near future plans. So there are three things that can carry, like, ideas, I would say, that can help you take the conversation forward. Number one is your daily activities, your commute, the weather.
Hector!
Kavita ji, if you can please mute yourself. The weather, the traffic, the commute, and then comes the entertainment. What music do you listen to? There are recent movies that you can talk about. There are a lot of things that you can find there in common. And the next thing is about the near future plans. Or about a vacation, like, what are you doing on the weekend? Or where are you planning your next vacation? Or share the vacation that you had. Like, I went to so and so place, and you should definitely try this restaurant there, this cafe there, this site I saw there. And this is how the conversation can go ahead very smoothly. Like, you would not have to put in efforts. And like I said, this is not something wherein you have to become more outgoing. It will take the conversation in a very, very natural course. And for some people who are into tech, you can, try and slide in some cool apps that are there, some useful websites that has helped you and might help someone, or the person you're talking to. Now, I think if we can go on to the next slide.
Ma'am, can I just ask you one thing?
Yes.
Ma'am, what I have noticed these days, that when you start talking to a stranger, just to start a conversation, just to
Right.
talk. So people reply in mostly, what I have noticed, they reply in really rude manner, as if they are not interested in talking. Most of the time, they're having an evening walk, they're having earphones in their ears, and they're continuously talking on the phone. They're not really open enough to talk to someone, or not even sitting next and not available to talk.
Right. Soumyaji, this is a very common.
What is to be done?
Right, and this is something which is very common. We address, like, we experience these things almost every day. And you remember what I said in the first time? Noticing is what we do. Like, if we notice that they are busy on their phone, they are talking to someone, they are looking at reels on their Instagram, we might just avoid it because they're busy doing something else.
Mostly 9 out of 10
on their
people are
shoulder
busy
to get just to get their attention and just say that, hey, your outfit is looking lovely, and I love what you're wearing. and then they say thank you, and sometimes that's the end of the conversation. Like, you don't
Yes,
want
yes,
some
yes.
stranger who's
Mostly.
already busy on their phone to carry a conversation like that. You would
Most of
not
the
enjoy
time.
it, the person
Hmm.
would not enjoy it. So let's not take it to a bad note. Let's just end on a good thing, and that is you compliment them, and that's done.
Sometimes they
Right?
think, अच्छा मेरी तारीफ कर दी क्यों कर दी, कोई मोटिव होगा, हो सकता है, you know. Sometimes the face is like a question mark. Huh, really? Like that.
Yeah, but then it's like, it's not something that we can solve with our compliments. Some people, they are really uncomfortable taking those compliments, and the fact that you have given a compliment is good, is precise, but then they may be uncomfortable. So there's nothing that can help us know if they're okay with the compliment or not. So sometimes it's just on the other person to take it or not to take it. We really can't always do something about it,
Okay.
right?
Thanks, ma'am.
No worries. And the last, and let's not forget questions. Like, asking questions is very, very important. Ask them about the thing that you complimented on. Nice haircut. Where did you get it from? And the conversation is just going to start like that, right? I noticed that you really enjoy the tea. Where can I get some good tea? Again, a conversation starter. Like, you can go to this place, you can go to that place, ask for this specific tea, and they'll help you with that. That is how you carry a conversation. And the trick is ki 2 to 3 times you have to ask a question, and that will open up the other person. Like, you might have to put some extra effort into the first 2 to 3 times you are asking something, but then that effort is going to show you results, and the result is that they will open up. And I know, in order to get the person to start talking, is you have to show some interest. I mean, come on, if asking question is showing them the interest, I think we can occasionally, ask them questions about where did you get the car from, which insurance did you use, so that if something goes haywire, where can I get my money back from? Or I like the way you're dressed. I like, what you are listening to. What song is it? Or who is the artist? Something like that, Hannah. And then you may urge to continue by sharing similar interests and by posing more queries. Like, how do we know if someone is taking interest? It's simple, by asking if they are asking us questions. The same is everywhere. Like, we have to ask a lot, sometimes more than 2 3 questions to get them to talk, and that's something that helps us building the relationship forward, talking to them, making them friends, and things take their own place and time. Now, if you can go to the next slide. And that's the end of the presentation, guys. I think we have learned a lot about compliments, on how to compliment, how to start our compliments, how to think as to what we are noticing around, and simply the act of giving a compliment, how our brain reacts to compliments. Again, 50, 20, $100 bills, they are really important, guys. I love getting money. So if you want to share something, ask something, I think now is the correct time. You can go ahead, ask as many questions as you want. I am open to it. Anyone, any questions? All right, I guess no one has any question. I think I'll hand back to you, Creel, hand over to you. I think you would be the best person right now to take the session ahead and bring it to an end. That's all from my side, guys.
All right. So thank you, Aayushi, for tonight's session, and thank you to everyone who joined us tonight. If you guys are able to scan the QR code on the screen, that'll be so much help for us. We'll get your feedback and also share your compliments for Aayushi, share compliments for Safe Space for organizing this. And we would really love to know how you feel about the session tonight, and also any feedback for how we can improve for the next webinars and so on. I'll pause this here for just a couple of seconds, and maybe I should just want to say thanks to everyone while we close the session.
I have a question in the chat box, and it asks, if someone gives you a bad compliment, how do you deal with it? Now, it really is about the boundaries that you set with the other person, because sometimes, not every person can give us a good compliment. And but then you really need to tell them that, hey dude, this is not cool. Like, you if you don't like it, you have to let them know that this is a bad way of complimenting someone and it is not working with you, so that that person also has it in mind that this might not work with someone else too. So you have to let them know that you did not like it. And you don't have to do it in a bad way. Just whenever you guys are alone, let them know that that did not work for you, and I think that would do the trick. No worries. It's always a pleasure, Vaniji. And I would love for you guys to give me, feedback. So please do that.
Ma'am,
Alrighty.
Babita wants to talk something, no?
Sorry?
I think Babita ma'am wants to ask something. Na? She has raised her hand.
Right. If you have anything to say.
No, ma'am, you explained very nicely. Just I want to
Thank
compliment
you.
that today's workshop is very entertaining, and we do same whatever you have explained us. We do when I reach to school, I compliment my teachers, principal, even I compliment my male staff also, because nobody compliment them.
Right. Very important. It's not only for us ladies, men really need that too.
Yes.
And I recently complimented Babita ma'am. She must be able to recall that. Babita ma'am, do you remember the compliment which I gave you on the colorful sari you were wearing? See how much she is laughing.
Yeah. See, we need to give compliments and we need to receive them. It's a give and take process. I think we need to really indulge in the healthy system of compliments.
As a teacher, ma'am, compliment to my parents also, because when we are having an event in the school, so after when we finish the events, then I should always give compliment to my parents also, that thanks for your cooperation, and you did very well, you cooperate with us very well. So I compliment to parents also.
Right.
And ma'am, I want to add on one thing. Since
Right.
everyone has joined this session, so something which is most important is learn to give compliments and learn to give it more often.
Yeah.
And sometimes लोगों को लगता है कि अच्छा दूर से देख के लगता है हाँ ये सुंदर लग रही है, अपने मन में सोच लिया.
Yeah. I'm sorry, am I audible and visible to everyone?
Yes, I think Sonia just got stuck.
Yeah, I guess so. I think like this is all from my side. Anything that you want to say, if you want to like have a session, I think I'll give a hand over to Creel. I think he's the best person to answer the queries, anything that you have regarding the sessions with me.
All right. So thank you everyone for joining us for tonight. If you want to have a conversation or you want to book a therapy session with Aayushi, you can scan the QR code on the screen and you can book a session with her. And once again, I want to thank everyone for joining us today and have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot to enhance our knowledge today.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
it.
very much.
Thank you.
We had a great time.
Thank you.